Happy Friday and good morning. So today I have about, now I have about 4 uninterrupted hours. I've got until 1:45 to do the things that I would like to do. So besides having a little bit of coffee, on my list of things to do and show you guys are sorting out my water kefir, getting a loaf of bread made. I'm going to be trying to do bagels and some pretzel bites. And this all might just be compiled over the weekend because there's no way I'm going to get it all done today. But getting some of these bread recipes taken care of because my sourdough discard right now is getting huge and I've got to get it used up. And I think, for the time being, I have pancake and pickle. Pickle is for sure ready to be used. Pickle's 80 years old. The bacteria in pickle. My pickle isn't 80 years old, but the bacteria that's in pickle has been being cultivated for 80 years. So pickle is good to go. But the starter that I started from nothing and decided I was going to do that, pancake, is only 2.5 weeks old. So I feel like that might need to just do the fermenting thing. Even though it's doubling in size and it's doing all of the yummy things, it smells delicious, I want to give it some time to really get the cultivars going. So that's why I haven't planned on doing anything sourdough looking yet. So I did those crackers yesterday and the day before, but it only calls for 1/3 of a cup of discard, and every day I'm putting almost an entire cup from both pancake and pickle into there. So I'm putting way more in than I'm taking out. We need to change that. So I also want to do my my kefir because they are ready. So I've got both of these out. I bought some new bottles to put them in, and I have a juicer. So I probably shouldn't be snagging juice from my child. I should probably just be using my own juice and fruit and things. So we're gonna start playing with that a little bit too. I may just keep stealing a little bit of juice from him for the time being. But I did purchase a peeler, which I want to give a try. Should be fun. And I have a juicer, so we probably are gonna put that to good use here shortly. I also have a lot of fruit from our fruit trees down in the freezer, and I need to clear out some freezer space. So over the weekend, it's going to be cold. To keep the heat from having to go down, I'm just going to do all of this stuff while it's cold, because having the stove on and the oven on and all the things going will help to heat the house, and it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. So I've got everything set up. And I actually printed out the recipe because I might need to make notes. And I know that I haven't really let the cat out of the bag quite yet, but I'm compiling a book. It's called Fuel Your Wellness. And it's going to be available as soon as I can get it done. But obviously I'm doing a lot of the legwork for it right now. But I can make notes and I can do things like that. So I did get this from Country Roads Sourdough, because I can't make this up, you guys. That's not my jam. So basically, I need my kitchen scale, which I have out, and I've weighed my glass bowl, and I've written down that weight. Just in case it tears itself or something like that. We're going off of gram weights, you guys, and I can't say that I've really ever cooked off of this. She does have it also in measurements, I think, to help out the people who haven't ever done grams. But we're gonna try and do this. We're gonna try and do this. So I read through the instructions as well, which I do still have pulled up over here. Because she has a bunch of stuff actually written up. But this is just the easiest sourdough discard sandwich bread. That's what we're making. And I'm not going to be talking a lot, because when I talk a lot and then I have to fast forward through, it's just silly. So anyways, this bread really doesn't have all that many ingredients, right? It's got warm water, active dry yeast, honey, whole wheat flour, which I'm just going to be using all-purpose flour. We'll see how it goes. This is the first time I'm ever making bread, and I didn't buy special flour. So, and I never used special flour with my starter. I just always used all-purpose flour, and it worked. Oh, well, it says whole wheat flour and bread flour, and I just have all-purpose. I didn't read that part. So it's got two different kinds of flour. I wonder if I should just wing it and see what happens. It's an experiment. It also has sourdough discard and salt, and that is it. That is what it is. So, you know what? 120. For this one, we're just gonna go with, so that would be 463 grams of flour total. 120 grams of whole wheat, 343 grams of bread flour. We're gonna add those together. We're gonna use all-purpose flour. We'll see what happens. Okay, because that's what I got, and I'm not running to the store. Today was supposed to be baking day, and you know, again, I watched the reel. I had to chase down this recipe off of her website because it wasn't actually on Facebook. The reel was on Facebook. The actual reel had been posted on Instagram. The recipe was not anywhere in the reel or the comments or anything like that, even the link. So I had to Google Country Road sourdough and then go through her recipes and find this, which took me half an hour to actually track down the recipe that I could print off so that I could actually do this. Content creators, friends, put your links for the recipes somewhere on the reel, wherever the reel is at, because that would make life a lot easier for people like me who want to try your stuff, but then have to track down the actual recipe. Like, that took time, and I don't have a whole lot of that. So we're just gonna wing this. I'll see how it goes. If it doesn't turn out, I'll buy some over the weekend and we'll try this recipe again. But this is what we're doing today. So anyways, she said that the best way to do this, because we got to do the yeast, mixed warm water. So I've gone ahead and I've boiled some water in my kettle. And I did that a little while ago. I don't know if you can even see my kettle. Oh, you really can't because it wants to be, see the kettle. So this is just a kettle. It's awesome. You hit the button and it boils the water in the kettle. It takes no brain time. It's very helpful. I'm sure you guys want to see my hanging bananas and all that. Okay, so that is super helpful. That's already been done. So I actually need 180 grams of warm water. So we've got our gram scale here, my gram scale here, bowl here, put this on, tear it out, right? My bowl weighs 1,650 grams. I'm just writing that down. Okay, so I need 180 grams of warm water. This is actually going to be, I might let this cool a little bit more. 180. I did 184. Well, that'll work. 180. All right. It's pretty warm. So then I'm going to tear it out, right? Because I have 180 in here. And I want 60 grams of honey. So I'm going to tear that out. We got to open it up. Open up a new thing of honey. Okay. So 4.5 grams. We need 60 grams of honey. Which is approximately 1/4 cup, is what it says. $59.3. I don't like sugar, so like even through that. And I can put my pinky in it. That's fine. It's not burning the inside of my wrist, so we're gonna go with that. Okay, so then I need my active dry yeast, and we need 7 grams, which is 2¼ teaspoon. So let's just, I've never used yeast before in my life. So we need 7 grams. We're gonna tear that out. And 1/4 teaspoon. Or the bowl of a stand mixer and let it sit for 5 minutes until it gets bubbly. This will help activate the yeast. So we've got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay, so we're just gonna let that chill for the time being. So it's been 5 minutes. And there's some bubbles, but not very many. And I don't know what that means exactly. Like I'm not totally savvy with this. I'm gonna move this over just a touch. I'm not totally savvy with this, so I have no idea. I don't know if it's supposed to have like lots of bubbles, which it doesn't. It just has a couple, and it's been 5 minutes. So, you know what, you guys, again, like I'm just gonna do what it says. And, right, let it sit for 5 minutes until the mixture gets bubbly. I did also get a little spoon and just kind of move some stuff around because the dry yeast was just sitting on top of the water. So I did just kind of gently mix it a little bit because I didn't like what I was seeing. But you know, I could have screwed it up. I did do that. So we've done that. After the mixture is nice and bubbly, I wouldn't say nice and bubbly. I mean, the problem is I have you on a charger, so I can't really, you can just go like this, I guess, show you. So see it, I don't know if you can see it. It's got some bubbles. It's got this like a little bit of a, you know what, maybe that foamy bit. Because it kind of has a foamy appearance. If I didn't have you on a charger, now that I've moved it, it looks foamy. Like foamy, bubbly on the top. So we're going to go with that. Okay. I'm glad I picked that up because I wouldn't have noticed the difference if I hadn't. So if you're questioning your bubble scenario, just kind of move it around and and that'll do it. So it says, after the mixture is nice and bubbly, add the remaining ingredients. Knead it all together for 15 minutes in a stand mixer, which I don't have a stand mixer. We're gonna do it old school today. Or by hand. The dough will be soft and pliable and able to pass the window pane test. So let's just get this going. So we said 463 grams of flour. And she doesn't say, like, whatever. 180 grams of sourdough discard. So let's get our discard. So you see that my discard is like rapidly rising because I'm just adding more even though I'm using it. This stuff is, don't feed it after midnight. Don't get it wet. It's multiplying without even thinking about it. Okay. Oh, I've seen people do that, but I'm not good at that yet. Oh no, that's a lot more. Tis what it is. Oh, 60 grams of oil. $66. All right, now I think I just start stirring this up. So we've got everything. We got the wheat, we got the flour, we got the discard, we got the salt, and we got the oil. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna take this bad boy off of the scale. Scale over there. I don't even know if I'm doing this right. I'm pretending that I'm doing what my cat does and kneads the dough. I have no idea. It's getting kind of sticky. I don't know if that's like supposed to happen, but it's supposed to be like, maybe I will need to invest in a mixer because this is a lot of work. And I'm not sure, am I supposed to be doing it in a bowl? Am I supposed, I got this out. And it has to pass something called the window pane test. So I'm supposed to be able to stretch this bad boy out and see light through it without it breaking. And right now it's super shaggy. I think this is what they mean when they say shaggy dough. Like, it is not pliable at all, right? Like, it's shaggy. If I pull it, it is it really is breaking apart and like doing weird stuff. It needs to be smooth, is what they say. And you guys, I've never touched bread dough before, ever. So this is my first like experience with bread dough. It's a little sticky, but it's not like sticking to my hands or anything. It is tacky, but it's not like it's unbearable or I'm getting it all over. Like it's just a little bit, it's a little tacky, but not too bad. So, and again, we did modify this recipe quite a bit. So, like, right? Not an exact science. We're gonna find out what rules were actually like important rules and what rules are not important rules. But this is starting to get smoother and I like that. I think, you know, that's what it's supposed to be doing. And it's still rough. I'm not saying that it's not rough, but it is starting to feel less firm, I guess. Like it's starting to feel a little bit less difficult to push down on and to like work, right? Like it's gone from the consistency of like molding clay to maybe like Play-Doh. Like I can tell that it's changing. I think we're gonna call that good. Because it says, make it as thin as you can. See if you can see light through it. And without it breaking. It's not breaking, and I can see light through it. I am not sure if it's kneaded enough. I could check the recipe, I guess. The panning test is performed by gently pulling a section of the dough thinly enough so that you can see light through it. If you can see light through the dough, it is a sign that the dough is strong and elastic enough to move forward. Be sure to let the dough rest for 2 to 3 minutes before performing the test to ensure that the dough is relaxed. Okay, so I need to let it sit for a couple of minutes. We need to let it sit. So let's just give it a couple more little rolls. I didn't know you needed to let your dough relax. I didn't know it had a stressful life. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do this one more time. We're gonna take the dough because it's had time to rest. I'm gonna stretch it out. And I can see light through it. It looked like it wanted to tear. Okay, I'm gonna call that good. To continue kneading up to a total of 20 minutes. I have been kneading for 20 minutes for sure. Shape the dough into a ball. So I feel like this is definitely ball shaped. I don't know how to do it any more like a ball. Shape it into a ball. This looks like a ball to me. So shape it into a ball, and then we're gonna put it, cover with a towel, shower cap, and it needs to go somewhere warm, it says. Oh, guys, it was supposed to double in size. And this is more than double, I think, really. So I'm supposed to, once the dough doubles in size, punch the dough down. Like, with your fist? I don't know. Yes! So that's what happened. I just pushed my fist into the bread and it deflated. Okay, so that we have this handy dandy little doodad right here. So I think what we're gonna do, oh yeah, and that just peels the bread, peels the dough right off the glass. So that, this little doodad right here, that I have never used before. I don't even know what it's called. I don't know what it's called. It came in my sourdough kit. But it's helping me get this off. So place the dough on the counter, lightly flouring if needed. We're gonna move some of this around here. So this is what's happening. We're supposed to get this out of here, and I think I might do some light flouring because that's what it says, and it appears that that might be a good idea. I'm gonna take my cutter. I guess I could do it with this too because this has a sharp. Oh, are you very curious about what Mommy's doing? So we've now made it, we've cut it in half. I did that with this doodad, but you can also, I think this is what that's for, but whatever. I don't know why they gave you two things that do the same thing. Who knows? Okay, so then it says to divide it into equal sections, gently pull the dough into a rectangle. Pull the dough into a gently pull the dough into a rectangle. So, like this, gently pull the dough into a rectangle. That is a square, that's not a rectangle. Right, there's a rectangle. Okay. Ish. That's a rectangle, right? It looks, yeah, that's a rectangle. Fold the top of the dough 1/3 of the way down. Oh, and then roll it up like a log. Pinch the sides of the dough to seal the seams. So pinch it to seal the seams. I feel like I should do that again because that wasn't totally a, right, like, Kim and Cole. We're gonna do this again. Just pull it gently into a rectangle and then fold it over and over and then roll it up. And then it says to pinch it. I don't know, and I haven't greased my pans either. So I'm gonna use some avocado oil spray because that's what I have right now. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. Put the seams down. Okay, now this needs to do things. I'm gonna put this back on this one. Maybe I could put it over both of them and just 2 birds, 1 stone. Remember, that's how I like it. So let's just put that. We're gonna do both of them underneath this one shower cap. 2 birds, 1 stone. There we go. So, and we're gonna let it do it. Place dough in 2 greased 9x5 loaf pans. With the seam side down, let the dough raise for another 30 minutes to an hour until it has doubled in size in the pan and has risen above the side of the loaf pan. So it's taking a little while for these to fill the pan. This one seems to have filled it completely, and I kind of want to go ahead and bake it. You can hear my son, I'm really sorry. But this one still has a gap. I want to cook them both at the same time. So I think what I'm going to do is wait 30 more minutes, and then we're going to just bake them and call it good. Okay, guys. So we're about to see my hard work paid off. I just turned the oven off. The bread has been in there for 35 minutes. I feel like I'm crooked. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Let's see. Go downstairs. Okay. That looks like bread. That looks like delicious bread. This is some trays. I'm gonna move this. I put the trays over there. That looks so good. I made bread.